the small coastal town of Harborview, 1950s America, the air was thick with the scent of salt and the promise of a new beginning. The nation was rebuilding after the war. And for young Jack Sullivan, a lanky boy of 12 with eyes full of dreams, life was a tapestry of struggle and hope. His father, Thomas, a fisherman, had been lost at sea during the war, leaving Jack, his mother, Ellen, and his younger siblings, Mary and Tommy, to fend for themselves. The family's modest home was a patchwork of love and sacrifice, held together by Elena's tireless work as a seamstress and Jack's determination to keep his father's promise. "Take care of them, Jack. You're the man now." Jack took his role seriously. Every morning he'd rise before dawn to deliver newspapers, his bicycle wobbling under the weight of his responsibilities. The pennies he earned went straight to the family's jar, a glass relic on the kitchen shelf that symbolized their survival. But Harborview was changing. The war had left scars and the town's fishing industry was dwindling. Families were leaving, and the Sullivans faced the threat of losing their home to mounting debts. One chilly autumn day, a stranger arrived in Harborview, a German immigrant named Hans, a quiet man with a weathered face and a talent for fixing boats. Hans opened a small repair shop by the docks, and Jack, curious and eager for extra work, offered to help. Hans saw something in Jack, a spark of resilience that reminded him of his own youth, lost to the chaos of war-torn Europe. He hired Jack, teaching him not just how to mend boats, but how to navigate life's storms. As the years passed, Jack grew into a man under Hans's mentorship. The shop became a second home, a place where Jack learned to carve out hope from hardship. But life was never easy. When Mary fell ill with pneumonia, the family's savings dwindled, and Jack faced a choice: stay in Harborview or leave for the city to find better work. The decision tore at him. Leaving meant breaking his promise to his father, but staying meant watching his family suffer. Hans, sensing Jack's turmoil, shared his own story of leaving his homeland to escape war, carrying only memories of his parents. "Sometimes," Hans said, "you leave to protect what you love. That's not running, it's fighting." Jack took the risk. At 18, he moved to the bustling city of Bridgeport, working grueling shifts in a factory. He sent every spare dollar home, his letters filled with promises to return. The city was a maze of noise and ambition, but Jack held fast to his roots. He saved enough to open a small grocery store, a place where he welcomed other struggling immigrants, offering them jobs and a sense of belonging. The store became a beacon, much like Hans's shop, a place where stories of survival were shared over cups of coffee. Decades later, in the 1980s, Jack, now graying but still wiry, returned to Harborview. The town had changed, but the sea remained timeless. His mother had passed, and Mary and Tommy had families of their own. Hans, now frail, still worked at the docks. Jack found him there, fixing a boat with trembling hands. They sat together watching the sunset, and Jack thanked Hans for teaching him that family is not just blood, it is the people you choose to carry with you. Jack's store in Bridgeport had grown, but he never forgot Harborview. He used his earnings to restore the town's community center, naming it after his father. At its opening, Jack stood before the townsfolk, his voice steady but thick with emotion. "My father told me to take care of my family," he said. "I thought that meant staying put, but I learned it means building something that lasts, no matter where you are." The story of Jack Sullivan spread through Harborview, a reminder that love and sacrifice weave threads stronger than time. He never sought glory, only the quiet pride of keeping his promise. When he passed away years later, the community center stood as his legacy, a place where generations gathered, their laughter echoing like waves against the shore.